Before we begin this episode, I want to thank the Spoiler Force patrons for their patronage. Thank you to Mong Her, Orion Vang, Lor Su Yang, and Yilang Li. Thank you guys for the support.
This is Mark Witten.
This is Adam MacArthur.
This is Ann Yatko.
Hey everybody, this is Michael Yurchak.
This is Erica Harlicker.
This is Daquan Wilshire.
This is Rico Fajardo, and you're watching.
And you're listening to Spoiler Force Podcast. Set your heart ablaze.
All right, so this is episode 124 of Spoiler Force Podcast. My name is Ricky, and thank you for tuning in. So this week's episode is based on the Fan Expo Dallas 2022 experience. I have my cousins Bobby and Michael with me on this episode. They were there with me for press. So I want to thank Dana from the Fan Expo crew, or the press lead that was doing this, that organized the press badges and all the people who went there as press, as podcasters or writers or whatnot. Thank you, Dana, for this opportunity. I had a blast. We all had a blast for our first time doing press at this convention. And I cannot wait till next year to do this again. So a big shout out to Dana. Thank you again. But yeah, man, so we'll start off with just our overall thoughts on the Fan Expo convention. I'll go first. I'll give my thoughts first. Since I went we all went. We went day 2 and 3, but then I was the only one there for day 1. So for day 1, it was pretty good. It was very steady. It's just overall, this event was very organized. That's the first thing I want to applaud. Like, I have not been to a con where it was as organized as this in a while. So big props to them. I love the venue. What was the Kay Bailey, right? That's what it's called. Mm-hmm. That's a great venue for a convention. Awesome. So yeah, any future conventions that are planning to have like big guests or draw a big crowd, just book this venue, because it's so much easier with the floor planning. There's so much you can do in there.
A lot of space for sure.
It's very big.
And parking, there's a lot of parking, so like that, it's good.
I think it's big enough they had another convention, like a weightlifting or a muscle contest there too. So
yeah, they had another thing going on, so it's big enough for everyone. It's just the only thing I say that did suck was traffic. Traffic was hell.
Traffic and parking.
Yeah,
parking. That's
I hated
like
the
that
traffic
at most venues like that, especially in downtown Dallas. So
yeah, but that's the only complaint I have. Other than that, this Fan Expo Dallas was freaking amazing. I loved it. Bobby, we'll start with you. What did you think of the event?
Well, being that, like you said, it was all three of our first time, wasn't really too sure what to expect. Like I said, we knew the guests that were coming, and going off of what you were just telling us on Friday, your Friday experience, I was really excited. Like, we were comparing it to other conventions, and you're like, no, this one's a lot bigger, a lot spacious, more room to roam around. You're not shoulder to shoulder with people. And even at that, like the guest and art alley, just everything in general, just a lot of space. You're able to walk and not feel claustrophobic, not just nudge next to each other. I was definitely excited for all the artists that were there. I really enjoyed. The one banner I wish I went to was the Jim Lee one, but I mean, just seeing his artwork and seeing it in person and everything like that, it was amazing. And in general, just all of the artwork in general was amazing to be around and see. On top of that, same with the artist alley. What was it? What was it? I guess that was the artist alley too, where they had all the artists' work too. I guess you can say. Just it wasn't.
Yeah,
just
that was all
comic.
part of like artist alley.
Artist alley.
Like the guys who did the Last Ronin art.
Yeah. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, just seeing them just there, drawing nonchalant, just little scribbles, and it just came out so amazing in front of you. It was just, I think that was probably seeing Jim Lee and then his artwork, and then the Last Ronin artist doing it in person. I think those are two probably the big highlights for me. On top of just seeing all the guests there too and everything. So.
And Michael, what about you? What was your thoughts on the overall experience?
Oh man, let me get any. Mostly, everything's good. The only bad thing, it's nothing with the con. It's me. My legs were tired after after the con because we were just walking around so much. There's like so much to do there, like so many different vendors. Like I feel like I think when I was with Bobby, we made a couple of extra rounds just to make sure we didn't miss anything. I didn't want to miss anything.
Oh, we missed things too, for sure. I think
Yeah,
we
I know
walked the
we
same
did as
aisle
many
like 5
as we
times.
did.
And then like at the
Uh,
end when we were walking, we are like, wait, we didn't go down this aisle. And you're like, no, we didn't. We went down this other aisle 4 times though.
yeah, I was like, wait, this is familiar.
Yeah.
We've been here. But yeah, no. I as big as it was and as many people were there, it didn't feel too cramped. There was a lot of space. Honestly, I love that they had the little red carpet that went down the middle because that lets you know, hey, that's the this is the main, you can't get lost pretty much because of the red carpet there. They had the organization down to a T. I like how they had all of the guests, like the actors and voice actors and the guests. They had those in a separate area, so those who want to go to them can go over there to them, and those who want to just enjoy the con festivities, they could do that too. So obviously Artist Alley, I'm a huge art nut, and just seeing so many talented artists there. Like I'm not too big into the comic artists or the comic cover scene, or even just the comic, those who do the comic panels. But man, I just seeing everyone's skill level, it blew me away. I got to meet one artist that I follow, Lobos, and I also spent a lot of money on prints and art. Overall, man, it was great. It was great. Yeah, I mean, even like it looked bad, but even getting in line for food wasn't as bad as it looked. A lot of people were afraid because like the line looked long, but there were a bunch of small lines, but that made it look like one long line. So, but yeah, no,
that was like the only bad thing too. It was like because the lines, not that they weren't organized, but like people who didn't know where the lines were, they just stood there. So they were all standing in the middle, and then same thing with like the guest lines. Like when you're waiting in line to meet the guests, like I was in line for Trina Nishimura's line on Saturday, and I was at the end, but then I'm at the part where it's supposed to snake, and then like as I stood there at the corner, everyone just like started like lining outwards towards the walk path, the pathway. So like I told the volunteer, I was like, hey, this line's supposed to snake, right? So can you get them to snake in the line so they're not blocking people's ways? And then like she had to do that, and I was kind of a dick, but low key I was like, I should be doing this job. Like,
so they're volunteers.
No,
man.
yeah, no, but low key, like honestly, I didn't have to wait more than like maybe 25 minutes in line, which for as many people as that was there, not bad. It could have been a lot longer. So I think they really had everything down to a T as far as like how organized it is, what they need to do to accommodate for everyone. But yeah, I could go on, but
How was it for you, Ricky, when you were doing the photo ops?
Photo ops were so organized. Like usually photo ops are a lot messier at big cons like this, but then I liked how they did it this time around, or at least I don't know if they do it all the time, but the experience with photo ops, they just you just go there on your time, make sure like you're there for your photo op time and your slot, and then they'll just call out like photo op for Elijah Wood or photo op combo with Elijah Wood and Sean Astin. Like they'd call out whatever you're in line for. Then you got to just make sure you know your group and you have your QR code ready. So what's funny is I went in line, and they'd call like VIP, or they called like the disabled people first, like people who need assistance and stuff like that. They go first, and then VIPs, and then whoever's after. I went in line at the wrong time because like I guess the photo ops were kind of a few minutes behind since they were doing the double between the double photos for Sean Astin and Frodo, not Frodo, but Elijah Wood. And so I went in line for the combo, and then I was like, wait, this is not the right line. And I showed my QR code to the girl, and she's like, oh, you have to get out and come back. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I went back. By the time I went back to the back of where everyone was waiting, it was time for me to go back up there anyway. So
Okay.
I like that they did that. That they made us wait in the back, and then like we all just went to the right lines. That is a lot more safer, a lot more organized, and like because honestly, it is. I think it is due to like you know COVID protocols and stuff like that too, because it used to be where everyone just had to just like go into the right line. Like everyone's like wait in line 1 for this person, 2, 3, 4 for, like for this person. And so that's very hectic. And like it's like Cedar Point. You're standing there neck to neck. It's just very tight and can't breathe. So I'm glad that they made everyone just wait around the back where like those emergency doors are at, and then just wait until you hear the right thing being called.
Yeah, I know when you went to go do your photo ops, you probably weren't even gone for not even 30 minutes. I think it was like 15, 20 minutes. You said, oh, I'm going to go do my photo op, and then you came back less than that time. So
yeah, most of that time was just waiting.
yeah,
Like photo ops are very quick because like I learned that like when you do photo ops, you only get the photo ops for the people you really want to meet. Like if you want to just see them or talk to them, get an autograph. Hopefully they'll let you do a selfie at their table. But photo ops are for the people you really really want to just like see quick and go. That's why like my pictures here. I have Billy Boyd here, Sean Astin, Elijah Wood, and then this was supposed to be the Dominic Monaghan, but then the studio freaking took my picture and made it vertical instead of landscape. So I have JJ, an artist friend who is also at I was gonna say Niche Fest, but also at Fan Expo. She's gonna edit that for me and give me the 8x10 in a landscape form. I'm gonna put it here. So this space is blank for Dominic Monaghan. For those of you who don't know, that is Mary from Lord of the Rings. So my wall is pretty much complete. I had the 4 hobbits at the top here, but yeah, man, just I guess I'll talk about Friday. Just going there by myself, just getting the feel of the convention and the layout of the floor plans and all that. But dude, driving from Bobby's house to the event was fucking scary, man. Like I never experienced traffic like that ever in my life. Like downtown Detroit is not even that scary compared to this downtown Dallas traffic. It is absolutely scary.
it's not that bad.
Dude, it's bad.
It's your rites of passage for
It was scary. Like the thing was like it's not that I'm scared of who's driving. It's like I have like some sort of road anxiety when I'm going places I don't know. Even if I have maps. Like my biggest fear is like taking the wrong exit. Like I freak out about that. But then like you guys were telling me the other last week, like just take the next exit and go around. It's not that bad. But it's just I don't know. I psyched myself out. So like I took an exit thinking it was the wrong exit when really it was the right exit. So I'm like, oh my god, like it just panic. And then like the drive home was a bit better from the event to Bobby's place, but then there when you take 121 out to the exit,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
When you go
yeah.
to Louisville, there's no
Yeah.
lights there. So
Yeah.
that part kind of scared me a little bit because I couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, Friday was very simple. Just went, checked the floor plan. They let everyone in pretty early. Usually, I think on the press badge card, it was supposed to be like at 4 or like 3 to 7 or something like that. Getting press passes was easy. I thought that it was gonna be a little more complicated, but Dana was really nice to let me just pick up all 3 passes. So thank you again, Dana. Yeah, just waited around. I went to the Trina Nishimura panel. That was at 4:00. She's the voice for Mikasa from Attack on Titan, and you can see here, that is the Mikasa print from her booth and then I don't know if you guys can see her. It's signed by her, and she brought a quote on there too. But she was really cool. Her panel was in a smaller room, but I liked how they did the panel rooms though, because when you exit out the main room and you go down those stairs, you see like the stairs that go down to the lower level, and then that's pretty much where all the panel rooms are at. They're just all in that lower level, all pretty close to each other. It wasn't like across the building or some shit like that. It was very close. So I liked how organized that was. But Trina's booth was really good. Oh, not booth, but her panel was really good. I enjoyed it. Just talking about Attack on Titan and stuff like that, and hearing her stories. And then what else after that? Oh, speaking about that, so when that panel was done, I was walking up the stairs, and she walked out with her, I guess her security or her manager. She was like, "Hey, thank you for asking the question." And I got starstruck because I didn't see her walk out like on my left. I looked, I'm like, "Oh my god, what did I say?" I'm like, "You're welcome." And then I walked away. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, "Oh my god."
Come on, Ricky.
Dude, I don't
You shoulda-
usually get starstruck, but like it's just
Should've
something
offered
like
her your
that.
scarf.
Yeah, no, like at Kamehacon, like it's so for me, it's very different to see like when you just walk around and see the celebrities roam around. Like for me, like I don't see that a lot. And so like when you see them at cons, just roaming around, grabbing food, or like just walking up and down the stairs, like or they're on their phone or something. Like it's very to me. I don't know. Like as a fan, I geek out about that. I was like, oh my god, they're like being a normal civilian. You know, like usually they're not like around that area. Usually, most celebrities or most guests, when they're doing that kind of thing, they're in a green room. They're separated from everyone, so you don't see them walk around and like be amongst the crowd. So like when Trina came out, it was I wasn't expecting it. Like she came out on my left side, and then I was like just looking at my phone, and then I just hear her say, "Hey, thank you for asking the question." And I was like, "Oh shit." You're welcome. Then I walked up the stairs. I was like, "Oh my god!" But
Ricky,
she was really nice. And then after that panel, I went to go see my boy James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Dude, that was the first guest I wanted to meet that day. On Friday, I was like, man, when he got announced the week of, or maybe the week before of Fan Expo, everyone that I wanted to meet kind of just like diminished. He shot straight to the top, so he was the one that I wanted to see. And if you see here, this is the Tidus print. He autographed it and also wrote like a quote, the "Listen to My Story" quote. Kind of wish I had him write something different, but I was just so in the moment that I just like, okay, you can write that, like I kind of wish I used a different quote. But meeting him was really cool. I geeked out. I really geeked out and like was damn near on the verge of tears, literally, because I was telling him like, dude, I've been playing this game since I was in grade school. I bought the strategy guide. I bought the limited art books, which I regret that I don't have it no more because I lost them. I beat 10. I beat 10-2. I followed the fan fictions. I followed the, now that I got the HD remaster, I'm playing it again. Like I was telling him, like, dude, your voice helped define a part of my childhood because I related so much to Tidus and Final Fantasy X. And to hear him just like to conversate with him and talk to him about this stuff, it was a very nice moment. And again, shout out to James Arnold Taylor. Shout out to Fan Expo for inviting him. Even if it was like a last minute thing, I'm so glad he was there all 3 days. His line was not that long. It was really easy. I kind of wish he'd let me buy like the video shout out or audio shout out for the podcast, but his manager said no, so I gotta respect that. But I gave him a card, and hopefully within the next year or so, hopefully he can jump on Spoiler Force or something. But one can hope, or one can quote unquote dream. Like no pun intended, but one can dream. But yeah, dude, James Arnold Taylor, man, that guy made my weekend. What else? After I met him, because I mostly met voice actors this weekend, like all the Cobra Kai cast and like the Dexter cast, and I didn't really care so much. I met Billy Zabka twice already. I've met Martin Cove, and then like Bobby, were you there? Was it Michael that I was debating about meeting Hawk, and then they're like, kids cash only.
Oh, I think that might have been I was there for what's her name? The Jennifer
Carpenter.
Yeah, that was me, but I don't remember Hawk. So, but I think most of them were all cash anyway. So
I think those celebrities, I think they were cash.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't want to withdraw cash, so I didn't want to go beat them. I did it. I'm being honest. I didn't want to withdraw cash. I'm not gonna pay like a $10 withdrawal fee just to get $40. Like
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that. So the voice actors are really cool. They all had like electronics with them. Because Friday I met most of them. So after meeting James Arnold Taylor, I met the voice of Deku, Justin Briner. He was very nice. And shout out to the couple who got engaged in front of his booth. I forgot who they were or their names, but shout out to them. It was really a very sweet moment. Yeah, but I met not James, I met Justin Briner. He was very nice. He liked the Spoiler Force shirt that has like the Detroit Smash on it. He liked that. Then I met Clifford Chapin, who voices Bakugo. He was pretty cool. Very very chill. After I met him, I met Justin Cook. Now, Justin Cook is a voice that's like a vet in the voice acting industry. For those of you who don't know, he voiced Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho. He voiced Super Boo from Dragon Ball Z, like the tall one. And then he also does the voice for Kirishima from My Hero Academia. So meeting him was very cool, and he was the first one that I got like a video shout out from. And his speaking voice is just pretty much Yusuke or Kirishima, and I kind of like, I didn't geek out as bad, but it was just really cool to hear him speak in person. I find it very cool to hear when voice actors use their natural voice to be the characters. And then I think that was it. He was the last guest I met that day, so that was Friday. Went to see JJ's booth, and then oh yeah, before that, like on Friday, I got lost trying to find JJ's booth because I was like, because if you look at the booths, they're like A this number, B this number, but then there's no like numbers on the booth, so you just have to look up the aisles, or there's no letters, so you have to look up the aisles and then just like hopefully you find them. So found JJ, helped JJ take his stuff to her car, and then yeah, and come Saturday, that's when all three of us went. But yeah, so I've talked enough for Friday. Bobby, you can start like just from what we did on Saturday, and what was your thoughts on Saturday? Because Saturday was the big day. That's where most people was there.
Well, Saturday started early for all of us. I think we got there even 9, right? Around 9, 10-ish.
Yeah, before 10. We got there before 10.
Before 10. Had to park outside because the traffic line was so long and it wasn't worth the wait sitting in there. So just parked outside, walked in, got in fairly quickly. Wasn't really a line or anything. And then right away we went to, I think we went to the guests. Yeah, we went to go see the guests. There were a lot of guests that weren't there. I think there were a few that were already there. I know I wanted to see some of the wrestlers, but none of them were there. And I feel like every time I walked by the wrestling booth, none of them were there. I think we saw Sheamus, but I think there were so many people in front of him that I could barely make out his head. I just saw his.
I saw Sheamus. I saw Seth Rollins.
I saw the Bella Twins too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see them. I wanted to see AJ Styles, but he wasn't there.
Yeah, I didn't see him. I wanted to see Ric Flair, and every time I walked by,
yeah, he wasn't there either. Alexa
then,
Bliss, I didn't even see her at all this weekend.
Yeah,
maybe she was there Sunday. I think she was there Sunday.
Yeah, but I mean, just in general, like the people I wanted to see were kind of there, not there. They were there, but just not there whenever I got there. I think after that we went to the Brendan Fraser. Oh, Brendan Fraser was there early, so we went to the Brendan Fraser panel. It was pretty cool, just hearing his projects coming up and everything that he's been doing, and then the questions came, and then after the Brendan Fraser panel, man, what did we do after that? I think we walked around for a bit again.
I went back to go to
you got
line for Trina's.
Yeah,
booth,
you went to go get the autograph, and then or to meet an autograph, and then me and Michael kind of browsed around just to kind of scope out what we wanted, what we didn't want. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Like I said, we were able to speak to a bunch of small artists, and just kind of, and the majority of them, I didn't run into anybody that was a bad experience. They were all really cool, friendly, very open about what they their artwork and how they feel about it and what was going on in their mind when they were drawing. There was that one what was the artist that you showed me, Ricky?
The Rory.
The Rory one.
Rory and Polly.
He was the coolest one. Like he when me and Michael we talked to him too, but when me and Michael went back when I bought the prints that I got, he was explaining to us how he did it and what was going on in his mind and how he got to what he was doing with the lines and everything. So it was really, really cool just talking to him and listen to his artistic expression about everything. And then after that, man, did we go to another panel after the Brendan Fraser? I don't think we did.
We tried to go to the Lord of the Rings one, but
Yeah,
we'll touch up on that in a bit.
Yeah.
But no, I kind of want to like bring it back to the whole Brendan Fraser panel a little bit more. I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because this was a panel that started at like at 12 or 1.
I think it was like at 11. I thought
or 11. It was an early panel.
Yeah, it was an early panel. No, it was at 12. It was at 12.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it was one of the first panels though, and I gotta say, man, this panel surprised me. Like I didn't think it was gonna be up until like towards the end when it was just mostly fan questions. Like overall, I thought it was really good hearing his like experience after what he's gone through in his life, and to hear him talk, and it was just I don't know. As someone who like we all grew up with his movies, from like George of the Jungle, Monkey Bones to what's the one where he made the deal with the devil? Bedazzled. The Mummy franchise. Like I think overall all those stories he told was great. I think one of my favorite moments was when he talked about meeting Jet Li, and I don't know. Did you two leave already by the time he talked about that story?
I think we were already.
I had to leave because my breakfast was not settling too well, so I needed to get something to drink.
Okay, so I'll just briefly explain that. Like, so he talks about how he met Jet Li. He leaves the Jet Li's getting back from the airport, and his limo driver sees that Jet Li's limo driver is right in front of him. So they do like a radio call. And when he meets Jet Li in person, they make eye contact, and then Jet Li looks at him and is like, we're finding like talking at eye level. And it just turns out Jet Li was on top of the curb and Brendan Fraser was standing in the street. So like Jet Li was just really comical about it. So I thought that was really funny how Brendan Fraser told that story. And then just hearing his experiences, just like and just acting, he made a point that I really liked in his panel was like, you have to be really honest with your work, and you have to really like your work to do it well. Because if you're burnt out by it, or if the moment you feel like you don't want to do it, it's not worth doing. And so he made some very good, like he gave very good tips to like a lot of aspiring actors and writers and screenwriters and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it, and it was great to just see and hear from this guy, because if you guys don't watch like Doom Patrol or any of his recent movies, you kind of feel like this guy just dropped off at the end of the earth. Like you don't know what happened to him unless you followed his story.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because I mean, we all know who he is, but then like it didn't really hit me how much of his movies that I've watched until we're at his panel, and I'm sitting there and I'm like thinking of all the movies that have been. Like, man, he's been in a lot of movies that like we grew up on.
Yeah, I think we even Googled it like when we were sitting there. We're like, oh man, he was a G.I. Joe? I didn't even know that.
But yeah, no, I think one of the things that he mentioned, it might have been something along the lines that you said, where like I think the first question was like, how do you have like the courage to like go up and to do something? And he said something along the lines of it's always going to be scary, but you developed confidence through being courageous. Like you have to step out, and you have to be brave, and pretty much paraphrasing, but do what's very scary in order to kind of build that confidence in yourself. So like me, that resonated a lot with me, because like I that wasn't my question, but I took a lot from that. And then on a more lighter note, man, some of his the answers to his questions were like pure comical.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like the very short answers he gave to those questions were like ones he's already answered. And then there were some guests that were asking like questions about his movie that he was filming with Scorsese and I believe DiCaprio.
Yeah, DiCaprio.
And
the one in Oklahoma.
it's obvious he can't talk about it and people were asking him to talk about it.
Yeah.
So like, it's just come on, folks. Like NDAs, man. You guys gotta
Common
respect
sense,
that.
He even went on to say like there are cameras on. They're recording.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it was in a joking, comical way, but in a way it was a little bit of serious. It's like, come
true,
on.
yeah.
Even if I did know this, I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
No, but speaking of that, his moment with DiCaprio, I thought that was really cool too. I never knew like
Right,
Oh
yeah.
he met DiCaprio like at like that young.
when he's a
When
teenager,
DiCaprio's
yeah.
doing the What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I was convinced like DiCaprio was like that at his age. Like he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, the DiCaprio story when he just said that DiCaprio said that he was the first one that actually treated him like an adult and not a kid.
Yeah.
And what he said to him resonated. He still remembered it when they were filming the Scorsese movie. Really hit home to him, and it was just amazing, honestly. Yeah. So.
And that's crazy though, man. Like imagine meeting DiCaprio at that age. Like he's like what 14, 15, and then now like
Yeah.
30,
Where
40 years
DiCaprio
later,
is,
you're
yeah.
you're in a movie with him. Like that's
Yeah.
oh man. That's just it just seeing that kind of growth from someone like Brendan Fraser. Like I applaud him for even coming back to the spotlight like this, man. Like honestly, he could have just if he wanted to, he could have just never came back.
Yeah.
Right,
Walked
right.
away and had a good career.
But no, overall it was a great panel.
Yeah.
Very, very great, enlightening panel, and humorous too.
Yeah, we missed out on the Lord of the Rings one. Now I'm not mad at Fan Expo for this, but I was confused because on the app it was it's a panel you can go to, but then when we got to the line, it was like ticketed. This is a ticketed event, so I was confused because I know that there are ticketed events there. There's like the podcast that Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan have, the Onion Friendship or something like that. Like that's a ticketed event. So I know that they have their own thing, but then when we left on Saturday, people were there at the main room one where the main panels are at. So I was kind of like, damn, like I saw some highlights, but still it just kind of sucked missing out on something big like that. But it's already been done, so what can you do? But that was pretty much Saturday. We were there most of the day. And then we had a lot of fun Saturday night. We had a lot of fun that night, which is why we were probably exhausted by Sunday. We didn't even go there that long. We just went there. You guys bought your stuff and then we just left.
Yeah, I just went to go get
went
my
there,
prints.
picked up some prints, talked to some more artists again, checked out the dealer rooms to see what items are left over, see if we could catch any good deals and everything like that. So and I actually peeked into the guest area or the artist, not the artist, but the guest area again to see if there's how the lines were and everything like that. So I mean, I didn't see much there. So same thing as for Saturday. So just less guests. So
Yeah, my legs were like
legs and back.
If I had gone Friday, because I didn't go Friday, but if I had gone Friday, I probably would have had to crawl on Sunday.
Yeah, it was rough. Oh, but kind of just backtracking a little bit. After the Brendan Fraser panel, I went to meet Trina Nishimura. I met her in person finally, like to go get her stuff to get stuff signed. She was very nice. I gave her a card, and then hopefully she can be on the podcast too. I think I made some pretty good pitches to the voice actors that I wanted to be on the podcast. There's one or two that I know that probably won't come, but I'm hoping that the ones that I feel confident in, hopefully they do jump on Spoiler Force. So if you are watching this, please be a guest on Spoiler Force. But yeah, man, that was pretty much that weekend. Like it went by pretty quick, dude. Like just to kind of like recap all of this. I didn't think we'd be talking about this within like we're 30 minutes in, so we got to fill up more time. So
I mean, even like what I think where were you at? I can't remember. You went to go do something. I think you went to go write get an autograph or something. But when me and Michael actually went to explore the lower levels because we were trying to find the gaming area. When we looked at the map, we were like, oh yeah, there's some gaming areas on the bottom with some panels. So me and Michael went down over there and we saw the speed dating thing. We're like, oh Michael, let's go jump in there just for fun. Let's see what happens and everything. But I think it was already going on. So and I think you had to pre-apply too or something like that. And then but even at that, when we first got down there, I think they had some type of laser tag or something going on down there.
Yeah, it looked
It looked pretty cool. But yeah, they had some pretty interesting stuff downstairs that I didn't see. I know they had like what is it? What was that board game that they had down there?
Oh, it was like D&D and
D&D,
tabletop
yeah,
gaming.
yeah, exactly, yeah, those games. And then what else did they have down there? They had a few other panels. I think one was like how to grow your content or something.
Yeah, there was a lot of podcast content, voice
Podcast
actor,
content, and then
yeah,
I think
voice
there's a
actor panels.
Pokemon one too, or something like that.
yeah,
Maybe not.
something
There's gaming
Pokemon.
ones on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had a few other like just TV show panels downstairs, which was pretty cool. Like I said, we peeked in there. We didn't go in there, but a lot of stuff going on. They had a lot of events going on, especially even outside of the dealer rooms and everything like that. They had I don't even know what went on in that stage out there. I know I think when we were
There
leaving,
was
somebody
cosplay
was.
contest, and then there was like live
Yeah.
music or something like
Yeah, I
that.
think they were karaokeing whenever we
Yeah,
were
it seemed
leaving
like
or
it.
something. They're singing some Disney song or something like that. I think it was like
I didn't
Coco
even
or
know.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
didn't even know.
but
I
you
know
know.
that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and then we saw a bunch of cosplay artists too. So, like I said, when we were leaving, you met that one that we saw when we were leaving. That you
Oh,
Oh,
it's
saw it
Lillerin.
Lillerin?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
ran
Yeah.
into her like right as we were exiting. That was on Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to make this clear on the podcast. Like, it's not that we just ran into her. We met her at Nishi Fest. We ran into her at Acon, and then we ran into her at Expo. Like, it was just all
random.
coincidence.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was her.
I felt
Like,
bad, though, 'cause,
I
like,
thought you just wanted to go get a picture with
a
her, like, 'cause of her
picture.
cosplay.
Yeah,
And
I
then
like she looked like a good Gwen Stacy. So
No, like she like she does. Her costumes look great, but like at not Niche Fest, but at Acon, I didn't even recognize her, or I recognized her just slightly because of her Instagram story, and she was dressed as Sakura. So like I didn't think I was gonna run into her. Like, these cons are huge. Like, you follow these artists as fans or as followers on Instagram or whatever. You don't think you'd run into them. So to me, like, as a fan, I geeked out a little bit because, like, oh my god, like, I just saw your story, or like, I didn't even know you were here. Like, as a fan, I geeked out. It was weird. Like, I went to her. I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean like scare you or anything. It was really cool to run and see you again. So I do want to make that clear. Like, I'm not like
stalking.
just running into her on purpose. Like, we literally just saw her as we walked out. But she was very nice about it. But yeah, her Gwen Stacy cosplay was really good. And then
I think I really enjoyed the Star Wars, the R2D2s and the
Oh,
they
yeah,
had
droids
those
running around.
robot. Yeah.
Those are really cool. So me
think-
and Michael actually went over there and talked to them too, and talked about their
Yeah.
builds.
did you
and
go to their
everything.
booth? Because that's I believe
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the,
they had
the
their
501st. That's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
that's the actual like Star Wars like squad or cosplay group that
Yeah,
they had their own panel too. They were teaching kids how to do lightsaber fights.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
But they were using noodles though, not lightsabers. Though. They were using noodles.
Yeah, we went over there, talked to them, and we just kind of like, oh, how'd you build this? How long did it take? And because me and Michael were talking about like, man, it would be cool if they had a BB-8 one, and then they're all like, oh, some guy already built one, but he was
Yeah.
supposed to come, but he didn't come. And we're like, oh man, that would have been cool to see. And then, surely enough, their booth was near the gaming area, which was what me
Yeah.
and Michael were actually looking for. And so we're like, oh, this is the gaming area. Oh, look, the R2D2 things right here too. So it was pretty funny. And then I think the other cool thing that that me and Michael saw when we were kind of just wandering around was the tattoo area too. So a bunch of the tattoo artists were really good, really talented. I think I saw like 2 people getting their tattoos like right then and there. So
Yeah, I took a look at that area. And then I know in the gaming area there was also I don't know if you guys saw them, but the actors for Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, yeah, I saw that when we
Yeah.
were sitting. Yeah,
Yeah, the guy who plays Zordon was there. The original Red Ranger, Austin St. John, he was there.
wait, the guy who
and-
plays Zordon was there? Oh, I didn't see him. I saw the
Yeah,
Red
he-
Ranger
didn't see
booth,
that.
but yeah, I saw the Red
Yeah, he was
Ranger
right
and the
next
yellow one.
to the Red Ranger.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. Well, they weren't
saw
there
him.
when we got it.
Yeah,
so.
they weren't there because it was
already
I
close to
don't
the
know
end
what
of the
time
day.
it was. It was pretty.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you were in line for the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the
panel.
Frodo.
and we were
no,
just-
no. It was the Frodo picture. I think you were doing already.
Oh yeah, I was because I was coming back
Oh.
from the photo
Oh,
op.
yeah,
and I was
yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
find you guys, but
Yeah, but
I
we were
was walking
wandering around. So.
Yeah. So when I was doing that, that's when I saw them, but I didn't. I was like, yeah, my wallet's kind of
What's funny is
screws.
that like you and I, because when we were walking to the Brendan Fraser thing, we walked by it. We just did not see it at all. I guess
Yeah.
we were like
Because
too
we were focused on,
looking
okay,
for the
where's the panel
line.
at?
And then when we saw how long the line was, we're like, oh my god, Ricky, you got to come now because this is a long line. I don't think we're gonna have seats. And surely enough, there's a ton of seats when we got in too. So, but I think
Yeah.
I feel like we cut the line too. So,
No,
Oh,
we
the-
didn't. We didn't.
Oh,
So
we
we
didn't?
got
That was good,
there
too.
on the side, and then they were coming along the wall. So we backtracked to the wall. And I
Wow.
made sure it was the end of the line because
oh, okay,
it was
okay.
happened to be over there where that concession stand is.
It
and some
literally
people
was with the
online for
beginning in the
concession stand.
intro, yeah.
Yeah,
When you
yeah.
first walked in, it was literally right there, and so we just stopped and then we just turned around and we started walking. So
Yeah, we didn't cut in line though. I'm
Okay.
positive we didn't. But
nah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I like that the panel room, the main one had like the screens. So
Mhm.
even
Oh,
if you
yeah.
sat far away, you could still like enjoy
See.
the panel instead of
yeah,
I mean,
like
there
people
trying to fight up
were standing
front.
in the back.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot of empty seats and people were just standing in the back. So I mean,
Yeah.
they had that. It was a good room, definitely a good room to have the main panel. And so, and then on top of that, if like I remember Michael was saying that when he was talking to the artist Lobos, he could hear everything that they're talking to. You could just stand outside and listen to them talk
Yeah.
too. So
If you want to start your own podcast like Spoiler Force, then sign up with Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout has helped hundreds of thousands of users like me to begin their podcasting journey. With easy-to-use tools, you can effectively get your podcast into different platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and more. You can view your stats, create audio clips, and even have your own podcasting website. Buzzsprout offers ideas, tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you improve your podcast. Follow the link below, and once you sign up, you'll get a $20 Amazon gift card. This will let Buzzsprout know that I sent you and will also support Spoiler Force Podcast. If you want a simpler way to record both video and audio for your podcast, then sign up with StreamYard. StreamYard is the perfect program to create podcasts, host live streams, and even do video calls. There are many tools that can help you create and design your own personal studio. You can screen share, read live comments, and stream to different destinations like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can also download your video and audio once you're done with your recording session. Follow the link below, and once you sign up with the basic or pro plan, you'll earn a $10 credit to use for StreamYard. Happy podcasting. With the artists that you guys met, Bobby, who was that one artist that we went to go see? You said that your coworker's
oh
uncle
man,
was there.
yeah, I forgot his name already. I think it's like Francisco or something. Definitely bought his work. He's basically an editor from what I was gathering, but he has his own company. Uh, Great work. I read a few pages of the novel that he created. Oh
That
man, I
noir
forgot.
one.
Yeah, noir one. No, not the noir one. The anime looking one.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I forgot the name of it already.
It's like something. Was it like with a bird or something?
Yeah, something flying bird. I completely forgot. I mean, I've been reading it. I haven't read it. I read it a little bit when we were there, kind of just waiting, but I just haven't had time this whole week. I've just been busy with everything to read it. But it started off pretty good so far. Basically, just the gist of it, she has powers to fly, and she's being entrapped in like a circus for her ability to fly, and she's trying to, in a sense, break free from it. So that's basically the first few pages of it. So, but I mean, I'm gonna probably try to read some every night and try to get it knocked out. So, but really excited, really cool talking to him, just talking about
Yeah.
the industry when he was talking about like how big companies take advantage of the small people, and they'll give them their credits or give them their dues, and they're building their companies, giving all the rights to the artists. Whenever whatever content or characters they create, they get to keep it, and they just help them promote it and grow it. And I think, and he says that's how it should be done, and I agree. Like, if you're the artist and you create something, you should have the right to own it. Like, it's yours. Your intellectual property. So just talking to him for a bit about it and hearing his story, it really is. It's a brutal industry, honestly, the way he was talking about it. So
Yeah, he had a lot of good insight on just distributing, editing, and then outsourcing, which was what the like when we were talking. I was like, I wish he was on the podcast so we could like talk about it because this is such good content to record. Like
oh, it
'cause
really is.
because he was talking about outsourcing to that Italian artist that did like the anime
Yeah.
style, and
It was really good. It's really good art, like good arting, the drawings and everything. So he created the characters, he created the story, and then he outsourced the artwork to this Italian artist that he's been following, and he knows her style, so he knows what she's gonna do. And she does give feedback. Like she provides it to him. He provides feedback. He agrees or doesn't agree or something like that. So, but yeah, it came out great. I love the artwork and everything. So you got to see it too, Ricky. So it was actually
Yeah.
really good. So
Yeah, I'm following them on not Facebook but Instagram. So I'm gonna eventually reach out to him soon, hopefully before the end of the year. I got to meet Freddie Williams. He was the Freddie Williams the second. He was the artist for the Batman vs TMNT comic books, and
nice.
he was really nice too. So I just talked to him about because he was on on one of my friends' podcasts. So we talked about that. I just talked about I told him dude, I love that you just came out of nowhere with this doing the artwork for this story, because no one would expect to see a Batman versus TMNT, and because of that success, it's a trilogy. There's three part. That's three. It's a three. There's 3 series to this, and then he also did the art for Thundercats versus He-Man, and then I think the one going on right now is there was Injustice versus He-Man too, I believe, and then there's also the Power Rangers versus Godzilla. I think that's the most recent one he's working on. So it's
so
awesome.
many crossovers.
Yeah,
it sounds cool too.
Yeah, it's I forgot what comic book company published it. I keep thinking Image, but it's not Image. I want to say it's IDW. IDW published it. Because I think TMNT is under IDW, and usually they cross over with DC a few times too. But he did all the artwork for that. I didn't get to meet Tyler Kirkham. I saw him, but then his line wasn't long, but it was towards the end of the aisle where everyone's crossing paths, so I didn't have time to meet him. Rory and Polly, we met him. The guy, I forgot his name, but I just know him by the artist name. He was buying stuff that weekend again. We talked about his artwork. I bought his Konosuba set. Bobby, what did you get from him? You got the Pokemon, right?
I got the Pokemon. What is it called? The weaknesses. So
Weaknesses.
Yeah, and then I bought the Cubone, the Psyduck, which I gave to Christy, and I got the Mew, which Warren got. But yeah, it's just amazing artwork. Literally nothing like you've seen before. So unique and so, I don't know, the best way to put it is just
derpy and cute.
Yeah, and it's different. It's just his own style. That's the best way to put it. It's his own style, and you get it. It's honestly, when me and Michael were standing there just looking at the artwork, trying to decide which one we wanted to get. I swear, everybody that walked by.
I think collectively we spent more time at his booth than any other single
I agree.
Artist, because it's just you stare at them and it's just it's so well done. It's
so different.
And the thing about his booth too is it's simplistic, but then you could recognize what characters he's drawing. But then he has his own spin on it, which was what really made it stand out.
I think and then I said, when we were standing there trying to decide, everybody that we hear cross by, they're like, this is amazing, wow, this is so cool. I saw a guy video chatting with somebody, check out this artwork, it's just so cool and everything like that. So it's it just stands out. And then I think his location was perfect, dude. Center,
dead in the middle.
In the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good. And that was Zelda one that Lynn wanted. I wanted to get it
the one
bad. The
fish
boat.
one.
Yeah. I wanted to get one. I'm gonna order it. I'm for sure gonna get it, but I just don't know when. But
no, I'm definitely getting
good.
the starter set too. The original starter with Pikachu.
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
I was hoping Michael would go back and get the ones he wanted, because I missed out on the Rick and Morty one, and then I was like,
yeah. No, and then I missed out on the Midoriya and Bakugo one. I was like, dude, I'm still kicking my stuff in the butt for that, because if I got those 2 prints instead of the Konosuba set, I could have gotten Justin Reiner and Clifford Chapman to sign it. It would have been so much better.
That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, and even those 2. Yeah,
those 2 broke.
I mean, his deals weren't bad though. The Konosuba set, they're not small prints, but for all 4, it was only $21.
Well,
and they were canvas prints too. So
yeah, the ones that I wanted were canvas ones. So they were I wanted the
more pricier ones.
Starter. Yeah.
No, and Bobby, you talked to him about trying to do
commission art.
Commission art, for your dogs.
Yeah, I went to his Instagram because most artists is here. If I see something I like, I ask them. Same with JJ, same thing. I just ask him, do you commission art? Cause I love my dogs. So I would love to get like artist pictures. I mean, I have a few pictures of them like drawn from Etsy and whatnot. But anytime I get a chance to, if I can get like a artistic expression of him from someone, it'd be awesome. And when I was talking to him, he said, "Yeah, go to Instagram. We open a commission in November, but it fills up like instantly." He says like people are waiting for it, and like in a minute it's filled. And so I went to Instagram, looked at some of the commission work that he's done. It's amazing. Like and then after I looked at it on Instagram and I showed you, me and Michael went back and we talked to him, and I was like, "Dude, I checked out your commission work. It's really amazing what you do. I love that how you're able to capture the dog and an expression of the dog." And he went into details about how he does the commission. He's like, I asked the people, "What do you love about your dog? What's something that your dog does that you love, or anything like that?" And then from there, he gets a rough drawing of what it is. So like, let's just say your dog loves to chase birds or something. He'll interpret that expression in the artwork and everything. So he takes what the habit is of the dog and what you love about them and puts it in the painting, and it comes out amazing. Like if you haven't seen it, go to Instagram and check out some of his commission work. It's really, really good. I'm hoping to jump in there and get something done too. I want to try to get something with all 3 dogs or just one of the dogs.
Well,
or
he was
something
talking about
like that.
his commission window and how it's very small, and you have to be like one of the first few in line to actually get it. So that's
there's like a countdown and everything like that. So
he has like
but
before Christmas and then post Christmas.
Yeah, I think it's like in November, I believe, or a little bit before November, and then it's before Christmas and post Christmas that it'll either be done or shipped out or something like that. So
we'll wait in line like for San Diego Comic-Con online, and like we'll just click, and whoever clicks it, we'll just type in Bobby's information and get
No, but I mean, I'm glad you pointed that one out, Ricky. I think that was probably one of the, besides meeting the main artists, I think he was probably one of my favorite ones that I met.
No, shout out to him, man, because like when I met him on, I think I met him on Friday or Saturday.
I think it was Friday. You met him on Friday.
Oh yeah, because you guys met. I met him on Friday. I met him on Friday because when I was wandering around the booths, and I geeked out too because I told him like, dude, I've been following you on Facebook for years, and I get to finally meet you and see your art in person. Like this, because it was during that time where like when I was following a lot of cosplayers on Facebook, and Facebook had the algorithm where like, oh, if you like this, then check out these pages. And so I this was like what 2015, 2016, maybe even before that. Like I remember seeing his artwork. I was like, some of it's good. And then when he first did the starter Pokemon, I was like, oh, that's gonna catch on. People are gonna like this one. And I told him that I was like, dude, I knew the moment you dropped that set, it was gonna catch, because the moment it drops, he does the Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. That's hot. That sells. He does Pikachu. That's hot. That sells. And then he does the evolutions. That's hot. That sells. Does the Snorlax. Does Gen 2.
That Snorlax one was good. The Zapdos was good. The Lugia.
Zapdos, the fat Lugia.
The Snorlax. Dude, I'm telling you, he just has so many good artwork. I wish I could just buy them all. That's the honest truth.
The titles that he puts for his pieces too are really like the Lugia one was like Lugia, no you didn't.
Yeah, I think the Zapdos was like, oh man, what was the Zapdos? I can't remember. Let me look and see what it was, because I took a picture of a bunch of the artwork, and
he'll let you take pictures of his artwork.
Yeah, I think the the Zapdos was called It's Elementary, My Dear Watson.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's like he's very creative with his artistic expression of his style, and just relating that to something that we know, which is like Pokemon, Zelda.
But even at that, he had those small prints of everything, like Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, Rick and Morty. Like I said, I wanted that one, but missed out on completely. Just like I said, when I was talking to him, I was like, I want these 3, and then I went back to just praising him. I was like, dude, I love your artwork. And it just completely slipped my mind about the Rick and Morty, and until I walked away, and I was all like, "Oh man, I forgot to get the Rick and Morty one." So it's okay though. Like I said, I think it was a good thing I didn't get it. I did spend a lot that weekend. So
yeah, same for me. Like I'm glad that I didn't get to spend too much that weekend, at least on art. I had to hold myself back a lot that weekend
I
because
did.
like I
Are
bought
you
the plane.
glad
I
you
bought my
didn't?
I bought my plane ticket for my sister's wedding too. So I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
The moment
No,
we bought that, I think we all went like, "Oh, when
yeah, I
does
know,
this
I
start?"
know.
Mm,
Well, see, that's the
there
thing
goes
too, because
there goes our
like that
budget.
was it was a short window, right? Because like the seats for that flight, I
It
think a
filled
lot
up.
of us,
I think
yeah,
Michael was the last spot. Like Michael
yeah.
was like one of the
I
last
almost
ones
didn't
that
get
filled
it.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Lynn
So
was getting yours, and then like Matt was getting his too, and then like all of
and
our other
then
cousins were
Warren and
getting
Christy
theirs.
got him. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I think
literally
we're all on the same flight.
we are. I think we're all on
Yeah.
the same flight going back, no, going there, and then I think majority of us on the same flight back. I think Danny and Victoria staying until Monday. So,
Okay.
but
There was
yeah, I
another
mean,
artist. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying. Yeah, all in all, great. It was a great setup, and I really enjoyed it. Like everything in general. I mean, definitely would go back next year. Definitely gotta save up
Save up.
more.
Yeah, definitely save up for Artist Alley. No, there
Yeah.
was one other artist I wanted to bring up. Neko Mimi Punks.
Mhm.
Michael, the guy that does all the lewd art.
Yeah. I love this stuff.
I felt bad. I didn't buy anything from his booth, even though I told him I'd come back. But I got to take a picture of them. I got to meet him, talk to him because Victor Crew or Mighty Pegasus Art has done shows and has seen him or has booth next to him. And I even talked to I forgot his name's Matthew. I I talked to Matt, the artist, and I was like, dude, like, I told him about how Victor was on the show, and like we talked about how there's a certain niche that having that style of art that sells, or you got to have some sort of confidence to this art because you can't just make it and be worried. You have to just be like confident, like be ballsy as fuck to sell this kind of art. Like that this is gonna sell. That there's a certain audience that's gonna buy it. So we were talking about that, and it was really cool to hear his insight on like, yeah, like I did it. Like I don't care what people think about me and stuff like that. Like it just I think what he's done is really cool. I love his art style. I like I said, we were just after we bought those plane tickets, I'm just like, I can't buy anymore. And he had a really good Your Lie in April print that I really wanted. And I was just like, damn it, I don't have the money for it. I don't. I was like, fuck, man.
It's all good. It's all good. Just save
I mean-
save money and gives you an opportunity to buy it next time. Plus, I
So,
think you're like me. You're running out of the wall room like me. So
yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm gonna put it. I bought a wall scroll on Crunchyroll. No, I'm gonna put it on here on this wall.
We'll let you decorate the hallway too.
Yeah.
I'm about to start decorating my
Shit,
hallway.
Michael's
too.
the one with all the prints. Michael's still got prints from Akon he hasn't put up yet.
Oh,
I
yeah,
need to
that's
get
true.
frames.
Yeah,
We'll
don't
probably
even
do
start
that
on
on
frames,
when we
man.
go to Sam's Club or something. But Michael, what did you buy? You got those prints from Lobos, and then what else did you get?
I got some prints from because Lobos is right next to Mustafa, and I actually learned that they are pretty much grew up together. And they've always done art together. Oh, sorry. Lobos does the pencils, and Mustafa does the inks. And it started off with me just going and buying some of Lobos's prints, which I got like two or three from him, and then he ran out of the print holders. So Mustafa happened to be there. He's like, "Hey, come on by. I have some some holders you can buy." So I went over there, but I looked at this stuff. I'm like, man, it's good too.
Wait,
so, yeah,
he's the one that
most
you
of
got
them-
the Winter Soldier stuff from, right?
No, that was what was his name? That was someone else. This one,
Yeah,
Bobby got a couple of prints. from
Yeah,
him
I got
too.
that was the Goku Vegeta one that I got face to face.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So
your
those are
Lobos
the
ones,
other
I was a
prints
big
that I
fan
got.
of those that you got, Michael. The Lobos and what was the other one, guy? Those
Mustafa,
prints,
yeah.
the Mustafa, those are really
Like,
good that you got.
Like I've been I'm not like a hardcore devout follower for Lobos, nor like for again comic book art mainly. I'm just like into like art or anime art. But no, that's always like stuck with me, that style. And just the way he draws, his anatomies, angles, proportions, the action that he draws to, amazing. Yeah, I'm really happy with those. I'm really, really, really happy with those. Yeah, and then the Scarlet Witch one. I always remember that when I was at Mustafa's booth, he had the same one because they worked on that together. And then he said that like someone came up and pointed at that one and said, "I want, I want the thick Scarlet Witch." So but yeah, no, I also really loved how like just seeing how anime is getting incorporated into the event too. Like so much anime art. Even some of the artists that the comic artists, they like the one that we got, the man, I hate that I forgot his name. The one we got the Winter Soldier print from. You can obviously tell he does more comic book art, but then he also opens up to doing anime as well. So I love seeing that crossover between the two, comic worlds, I guess, anime, comic. But yeah, no, overall, like, man, I wish I just like hit the lottery and then I could go there, I could just buy everything.
Buy all
But
their booths. Yeah, that's a good point you brought up too, Mike, because like again with anime and Western comics,
mhm,
with anime being more mainstream, it's really cool to see that comic cons like this or expos and stuff like that that are based for like mainstream media or like comic books. They're opening up avenues for anime and for like the Japanese or Eastern culture artwork
mhm.
and all that stuff. Um, yeah, but there was a lot. There was one artist there. I don't know who he is. I forgot his name. I met him at Motor City Comic Con. I spent like a good 30 to 40 minutes trying to show Bobby his booth, but we could not find him. And I
You
have
got
his prints.
annoyed too.
I was annoyed because like, dude, where the fuck is his booth at? And I saw him on Friday, and I didn't see it anymore, and just disappeared. I'll eventually I'll find that artwork. I'll show Bobby it, but then like I bought this really cool black, white, and red like art style of Naruto and Sasuke. I was like, dude, if Bobby saw this shit, Bobby would buy it, but it wasn't there, so it's not meant for Bobby to buy.
It's all good. And like I said, I spent a good amount there already, so I don't need to be spending more. So probably a
But yeah,
blessing in
man.
disguise.
but as we come to a close on this episode, again, thank you to the people at Fan Expo, all the volunteers, the exhibitors, the cosplays, the cosplay guests, all of the celebrity guests, the press, all the volunteers, everyone, Dana, the VP, Sean, I think that was his name. Thank you to all of you guys for hosting and being a part of this event and allowing us, Spoiler Force Podcast, to be a part of this event as well and to be a part of the press. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough because this, for a first time opportunity to be press at a big convention like this, is a huge move for us. And I really appreciate that. And again, I can't wait for 2023, man. Like once we like now that we know how this is, and we have like our feet wet, dude, I can't wait. Hopefully, we can survive like all 3 days or something and plan something out more strategically and have more money next year so that we can buy more stuff. But I cannot wait, and hopefully next year we can try to score some interviews. I know with cons coming back this year, it's hard to get some secured interviews because these celebrities want to meet their fans. So but again, this was a great opportunity, and yeah, you guys have any last words about Expo at all?
Well, I mean, me personally, even though we didn't get to do any interviews, I think it was a great opportunity for us to network and pass out, spread your word, spread about your podcast. So, got to thank Fan Expo for giving us the opportunity to just spread your podcast and spread what you do and everything. So we got to meet a lot of nice, cool people, and network and talk to them about everything. So definitely, it's a great opportunity. So thank you, Fan Expo, for that too. So.
Yeah, and also again, I want to emphasize fantastic job with the organization and running the whole event with God. Dude, what was does anyone know the attendance numbers?
No,
but pretty much
No,
just
I lied.
it was busy, but it
Yeah.
was good.
getting in a number of people in there and just taking care of everyone. Great job. We'd love to go next year.
But yeah, man. So that's pretty much our 2022 experience at Fan Expo Dallas. Again, we can't wait to go there for 2023. I know they already announced those dates earlier this week. Hopefully, they'll open up press passes for us again to apply. But yeah, man. Make sure you guys check out all the artists that we've mentioned. I'll try to drop most of the links for the artists we brought up. But yeah, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to Spoiler Force. Again, check out the Patreon if you want to support Spoiler Force. There's still one more spot open left for the T-shirt, which I am in progress. That is a work in progress still. Like, please be patient with me. It's been so hectic doing all these cons and getting all these episodes lined up. There's also the Discord if you want to join that to just talk. I will be going back on there and being more regular on Discord soon. And then I guess I could talk about this like before we officially end things. The timestamp for this episode will drop probably this coming weekend. So today is the 23rd of June. I've got episodes 125, 126, and 127 dropping next week, which will be before the holiday, which is the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So I'm next week I'm dropping, when you hear this episode, on the week of the 27th to the 1st, I'm dropping 3 episodes that week. 125, which will be featuring Andrew Liptak. He's a cosplay writer, an author, and cosplay artist, and he's part of the 501st, which who you guys saw for the whole Star Wars things. He's a part of that group too.
Okay.
And then on the 29th, I will have the episode with Rob McCollum, who is the voice actor for Reiner from Attack on Titan and Stain from My Hero Academia. And then on the 30th, I will be dropping the episode with Mai Tavang, who is a Hmong amateur Muay Thai fighter from Minnesota that trains out of Warman Muay Thai. So that's 3 episodes that week. Just being extra generous to you guys, to the fans, and to the followers, because I want to knock these episodes out. And then I'm also recording with Emmy Lowe and Brianna Roberts this Saturday on the 25th. I cannot wait to talk to them. By the time this episode drops, I probably would have already talked to them. So I'm excited for that. And then, yeah, man, like I'll probably be taking a hiatus at the end of July just to kind of catch my breath a little bit. But if things go well, if I can get, if there's any like voice actors or anyone who replies to my email that like, oh, I want to join your show, like then I will probably squeeze in time for them. But as for now, I've got things locked and ready for the next couple of weeks. And then again, the end of July, which is my sister's wedding, we'll be back in Michigan, and I'll probably be taking a break during that week. So yeah, thank you guys again. Thank you, Michael, Bobby, for being pressed with me again this year for this convention. And I know that we're probably going to be at that small Louisville convention with Sarah Wiedenheft, the voice of Toru, because it's just down the street from Bobby's house.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna go with that. And then I applied for press for the Windbloom.
The Genshin. Con.
Genshin. It's a Genshin convention at a hotel.
Unofficial, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's unofficial. But then like the voice of Diluc is gonna be there. So hopefully, if I get press passes, then just go there to meet him, and then that's it. But
Get a retribution out of him.
yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly what I want. Hopefully I can get a shout out, like an audio recording of that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the Spoiler Force plans. So if you guys continue to follow and follow Spoiler Force, you get all these last minute updates if you make it this far to the episode. But yeah, thank you guys again, and have a great day. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give a review and rate Spoiler Force Podcast. If you want to get all Spoiler Force updates or even peeks at behind the scenes, you can join the Spoiler Force Discord community. And if you'd like to show support, give tips, recommendations, sponsorships, or any collaborations, you can email me at rickyvang92@gmail.com.